clean, safe water. Women and children in rural villages far from boreholes still collect water from rivers or shallow wells. Collecting water from rivers is potentially dangerous, not only because the water is not clean, but the risk of injury and death from crocodiles, elephants, and other wild animals is only too real. Women and girls often spend many hours a day collecting water. Hand-dug wells are usually only 5 to 8 meters deep and are utilizing water from the top of the water table. Not only is this usually contaminated, but they often dry up towards the end of the dry season. In many places in the Luangwa Valley, there isn't even access to shallow wells, and the community has to resort to digging in the seasonal riverbeds. This task always falls to the women and children. Water collection in the dry months is dangerous, time-consuming, and grueling. Have a look at this young girl's t-shirt asking who runs the world. It's a good question. Women and girls often spend many hours a day collecting water, or queuing for hours at overcrowded and unhygienic wells, walking for miles and carrying home the water, and doing their laundry in dangerous rivers. It's simple. We can change this to this in just a few days. We work in the eastern province of Zambia in the Luangwa Valley, where the most marginalized and forgotten people live. We are based in Mfui, which is in the south, and the other area we work on is Chitungulu in the north. A little about Makolekole. We work with charity and corporate sponsors, including Livingston Foundation, and we focus on the most remote and marginal of communities, where the people have otherwise been forgotten. Our LS200 Texan rig is so lightweight, we can reach the places conventional heavy rigs cannot access. And the rotary mud technology of the rig is perfectly suited to the unstable substrates of the valley. We are uniquely qualified with our local knowledge of the geography, socioeconomics, and the many and varied challenges of the Luangwa Valley to bring clean, safe water to these most remote and marginalised communities. Makolekole is owned by myself, Christina, also known as Gid, and Adrian Carr. Adrian's my husband, and he's the son of pioneering conservationist Norman Carr. He was born and brought up in Chapata, not far from Mfui in the Eastern Province, and brought up in the Luangwa Valley. Christina, myself, Gid, I was born in England, and I've lived over 20 years in Mfui, and I'm a resident of Zambia with a background in marketing and fundraising. Our team, the Makolekole team, are all from the local chiefdoms of Kakumbi, Mkanya, Chitungulu, and Nawalia. Our name, Makolekole, is taken from the local Chinyanja word for the carmine bee-eater, which drills holes into riverbanks to make their nests. So therefore we're called Makolekole. We use simple, appropriate technology, local knowledge, and have a highly skilled and experienced team. And here we are, Adrian and myself, in the field, drilling boreholes. A little about the process. First of all, we discuss with the local authorities and the communities and local head persons to find out what their problems are and what their needs are. We'll visit the community and spend some time with them to find out about their needs, how far they have to walk to water, and what their various problems are, and also talk to them about the location of the borehole. We are often asked, how do you find the water? Adrian is a diviner, so he uses a green stick to find the best location of the water. This is him in Tinga village in Chitungulu with his willing team of helpers, drilling at one of Livingston Foundation's boreholes. A little about the process. We can drill with our rig up to about 60 metres, but most of our boreholes are around 30 or 40 metres. That's where we can access the perennial aquifers of clean water. We don't access the surface groundwater, which is often contaminated, so we're going for the underground water. Once the hole is drilled, we case it with PVC casing, as you can see there on the left, flush out the borehole, and then everybody enjoys the pump testing. Once the borehole is complete, we will then construct the surrounds and put the hand pump in. Our boreholes have a garden pond constructed at the end of them, and the new borehole and the water supply is ideal for domestic stock and for vegetable gardening. The communities in which we install boreholes create productive vegetable gardens, and they're able to improve their economic and their nutritional security. Another aspect to access to clean, safe water is a very important tool in conservation. As Norman Carr, Adrian's dad, said, one of the most important aspects of wildlife conservation is to get the cooperation of the local community. It has been shown that this is not possible unless they can receive material benefit from their wildlife. Much of our work is in areas where people come into conflict with wildlife while collecting water. Providing easy access to clean, safe water in these flashpoint areas of human-animal conflict helps build strong and long-lasting partnerships between communities and conservationists. Here's one of our communities saying goodbye to their hazardous old riverbed well, and hello to safe, convenient, fresh water right on the doorstep. A huge and grateful thank you to all of you who have supported or are thinking about supporting access to clean, safe water for our communities in rural Zambia. With a special word of thanks to Neil and Ree from Livingston Foundation and from CIS Electronics Engineering, one of the sponsors of our boreholes.